No idea if this is working, so sound off in the chat if I'm live, if I'm alive. Now, if you're used to my edited videos where I sound eloquent, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a complete blithering idiot tonight because editing is amazing, honestly. But if you want to just hang out with me and hold on, I just got an email. Ooh, no, I need to update my credit card for Epidemic Sound. Where's the chat? Okay, just disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know where chat is, if there is a chat. But if anyone wants to test it for me and let me know, just honestly put anything in the chat so I can see. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I see it now. Woohoo! Yay! Yay! Okay, so we're good. See, I at least have some experience with like TikTok Live, Instagram Live, and whatnot, so I kind of know how this is supposed to work. But I'm still like, I don't know the rules. Can I play music in the background? I don't know. I'm so afraid of getting like in trouble. So if anyone like watches lives a lot, let me know if I'm like allowed to play music. I do have like an agreement with Game Chops, so I'm probably okay with playing their music since I use them in my videos all the time. I know Instagram is like weird about music, so I was like, I don't know. But yay, hello everybody. This is my first live on YouTube and I'm doing it because, you know, it's great connection. We don't get to do this often. You guys mostly get to just see my weekly videos, but also, according to YouTube, these are good for the channel. You know, we got to do what we can, the business side of things. But also, like, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I never think I have anything interesting to do, though, so I'm sorry if I'm just... but anyway, so what I was thinking we could do tonight, besides get blinded by these lights, is I do have the books that I hauled recently. Someone asked if I could do like a video showing them off. And I was like, I don't know if I can do a whole video. Sorry, I'm like, my nose is actually itchy. That's uncouth. But I don't know if for like a whole video about that would be interesting enough, but like on a live, that'd be kind of fun. Like we're just hanging out, you know, we're just gals and pals. What do I feel having an argument with Game Chops and like the coolest thing ever? An agreement. I can read. Yeah, so that actually came out, that happened. I was already using their music because they said like in their terms that it was fine, like you can use it in your streaming and YouTube videos. And then some third party copyrighted me and claimed it was their audio. So I reached out directly to Game Chops and I was like, hey, this is happening. And they're an LLC, so they like have all their stuff together legally. So they were like, yeah, just give us the notification, you know, the, what do you call it, the tickets, and we'll reach out to YouTube. And I was like, thanks guys, I love you. So now I'm always like, any of their artists that work under Game Chops, I'm always like, yes, stream their music, please. It's not only just fun, but also they support creators. So you're allowed to itch your nose. I know. Well, I learned that like when you like itch your nose, sometimes people take it as like discomfort. It's like a tick, but I have really bad allergies and there's like dust in this house and we have dogs and cats. So I'm always like doing this. And I also get dry mouth when I'm yapping. So we will be doing hydration checks tonight. Make sure you guys are drinking water. I got to catch up on this. So glad this NorCal weather calmed down. I know, it's been like, it was so, sorry, it's still itchy. There's like a hair on it. Pardon me. Yeah, the weather's been really nice. Our trees are changing. A few of the trees around the neighborhood have been turning like scarlet red and I'm living for it. And we've had like a few really brief photo shoots out there, like literally just rolled up on the, like where we found a cool tree, pulled over, put the hat, like there wasn't a place to pull over, we just put the hazard lights on, jumped out, snapped a bunch of pictures, jumped back in the car, like guerrilla aesthetic photo shoots lately. Gosh, this, There's like a hair stuck to my nose or something. But now I'm itching my nose too. I'm sorry, it's contagious. It's gonna happen. Yeah, scarlet red. Yeah, I love seeing all the pictures of New England fall. I'm so jealous. Like other places in the US have such amazing falls, and then we get like 2 weeks of it. What happens is all our trees turn, and then we get a big storm, and it just shreds all the leaves off. And I'm sad because the tree outside my window usually turns red, but the weather's been so weird that it doesn't know what to do. So it's green with like sprinklings of red. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on it because I want to take some portraits with that too. Okay, 1 second. The nose is itching again, and I'm just... I'm gonna end up with like a bright red Rudolph nose by the end of this, I swear. Should I risk just playing some music? I feel awkward. Let me know. Maybe, can I put a poll in the chat? I don't know. But this is fun too for you guys, because like some of you have met me in person at fairs, but a lot of you haven't. So you have no idea how I am in real life besides, you know, my edited videos. So I'm like, I like this. There was a hair. So you're able to see how I am in real life and see that like I'm literally the same in my videos as I am in real life. Except I edit out all the ums, ands, and all that stuff. So, let's see. Game Chops Lo-Fi. That'd be fun if they were live right now, because they sometimes stream their music live. Also, Chill Astronaut is another artist that I got permission to use music for. So stream Chill Astronaut. They also do like nerdy lo-fi. So if you need like studying music, it's fantastic. Very chill. Chill Astronaut. No kidding. Let's see. Let's do Zelda Lo-Fi. I swear to God, if I end up getting banned off of live, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay. I'm not gonna have it too loud, just for... You guys hear it? I'm just gonna like put my iPad over here. I always forget that I'm using my phone and I keep reaching for my phone to check stuff. Oh, we have a question. Doing any holiday fairs, Dickens Fair and San Francisco is so fun. I have not. I haven't been to that one. A lot of people have told me about it. I was possibly going to be helping Dead Wrath and Beyond at the Yule Ball, but it all depends on schedule. And I think it's in the beginning of December. I need to check with her because we were talking about it when we went to the retreat, and she is always looking for like, you know, local content creators to like help out with the content creation and running of the booth. And I was like, oh, I haven't been to a ball. But I told her I'll let her know, because like there's a lot of crazy stuff happening, you know, behind the scenes, and I'm trying to like I'm being vague, but it's, you know, personal stuff, so I'm like vague. Ever think about coming to the East Coast Fair? Although Cali Fair is on the bucket. Yes, it is on my bucket list. The problem is expenses, because we have been trying, like we paid off our debt, like, or we did like a, what do you call it? A balance transfer at one point. Cause ever since COVID, we've just been like keeping our heads above water financially. We got in a lot of debt just from like groceries and bills and stuff. And like, we paid a lot of it down, and then we like consolidated it onto one new credit card with like low interest, or no, 0 interest for several months. But the economy and all that stuff. So long story short, I have a list of all the fairs I want to go to, and there's a bunch of them on the East Coast, and I have friends over there. You guys have probably seen some of them in my videos, especially the retreat. Yeah, so I met a bunch of people from the East Coast there, which is fun. What a nice surprise. Yay. Yeah, I'm trying out lives now because YouTube told me that I can go live vertically instead of the traditional like way that people go live. So it's a little bit more like TikTok or Instagram, which I like that more. I like more laid back live settings. So I think from now on, when I go live, I'm going to be doing YouTube because it does contribute to my watch time. And YouTube is like my main thing, if that makes sense. Like TikTok and Instagram are kind of just like supplementary. They're there for me, for people that keep up what I'm doing every day and like when I want to post photos and stuff, but or like cute little videos. Have I ever mentioned Labyrinth Masquerade Ball and detail you'd love? That sounds familiar. I think I've heard of that one. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of like, no, is this still itchy? I have a whole bunch of like galas, balls, events and things that I really want to do. But I said this on my Instagram live the other day. I was like, I want to be at that level where people like invite me to stuff and they're like, here, we'll pay for your flight. But that's just me being cheap. Not necessarily me just wanting to be like, oh my God, I'm so popular. No, I just really want like to be treated like a princess. But I have a long ways to go before that, and I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm a hermit. This is where I reside 99.9% of the time, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. As you can see, it's pretty cozy. But I do want to go to more fairs. I feel like this year's fair season was a little bit disappointing for me. I wish I'd been able to do more. I think I can probably count on one hand how many fairs I did this year, and I want to do more. But it's so expensive to travel. Thank you. I just got this from Hot Topic. It's not the same brand. I think the other one is just like Hot Topic brand, but I have one with the Lady of Shalott. I can read. I got that one because I have the print of that one on my wall, and I am obsessed with, why do I always forget? Midsummer's Eve, that painting. I'm obsessed with that painting, and there is a shirt from a couple different brands, but the main one I've been looking for is Cool Wear. It was like a tank top, and it was like kind of a mesh shirt. I think it was a mesh or it was a printed tee. Really high quality, but it's really hard to find, and one of my friends found it. That's how I found out about it, and I'm like copying her. And I'm like, I want that shirt. So if this brand ever comes out with that painting, I will be snapping it up because I love that painting. So, but I am now, by the way, a Hot Topic affiliate, so I get a discount. So that's why I'm like, that's where this came from. So coming soon, I will be doing a Hot Topic. It'll be short form content, but I can do a long form video if you guys want, because they sent me a lot of stuff, which I'm happy about. Although the quality is the shirt's great. The other stuff the quality was meh. But do you like shopping at the Dollar Tree too? Yeah. The only thing is our Dollar Tree in our area is usually pretty rough. They don't maintain it very well. So I usually go to one a lot further out. So when I'm in that area, I go there. If you are on TikTok, there is a creator on there named Nina Poole, and she's into like dupifying or finding dupes of expensive products. And she does so by like looking at the ingredients and figuring like what's comparable ingredients wise. And she got famous for like finding like skincare things at the Dollar Tree and Dollar General and those places. So if you're asking me, you probably already knew about her, but if not, look her up. But she's gotten so popular to where whenever she finds a good dupe, it sells out really quick. So I liked her general dupes though, because she talked about how e.l.f. Hydro Grip or a lot of those grippy primers have aloe vera as their primary ingredient. So I've been using aloe vera on my face before I put on my makeup. And not only does it like make the makeup like stick and like look dewy, but it's really good for your face. Really good for your, I get the like one without color in it. It's like straight up aloe vera gel. My aloe plant died, so I can't use that. What's your favorite color? That's really hard. Green, I would say. Green is like a big color for me. I used to be obsessed with orange. It's hard to pick one color. I like a lot of color. Ever tell you, yeah, all the time. Yeah, ever since, so I first got told I looked like her back in 2023 in the summertime. I remember this because I posted a video right after I got back from Colorado, and the video kind of went semi-viral, and I think I put on like blue eyeshadow and someone told me I looked like her. And I was like, oh my God, this is the first doppelganger I actually agree with. And then she blew up this year, and so now every video I get, which I don't mind, she's cool. I feel like her and I would probably get along really well in real life. So if she's ever wants another sister, a big sister, I'm available. But, and my cousins are from Missouri, so probably from the similar area. Not, they were transplants from California though. Oh, thank you. I also thought that at one point. Yeah. Who's your fave thrifting content creators? Let's see. You know, I haven't been watching. Okay, this is kind of a paradox, but I don't watch a lot of content, especially on YouTube. I listen to a lot of podcasts. But when I was like really watching a lot of thrift content, one of them was, I think, Alexa Sunshine 83. There's a few others, I can't remember names. Oh, back in the day, Diana Chamomile was like my favorite thrifting YouTuber. She doesn't really do like YouTube stuff that much anymore. She mostly is like, she does a lot of game streaming and like cozy content, like Animal Crossing, which I still vibe with. But watching thrifting videos got me in a bad habit of thrifting a lot, so I try to keep it, you know. I see a lot of hauls on TikTok. Big sister, wait, Toblerone is like she's like 26, I think, and I'm 32, so, you know, she's either 26 or I don't know. I joked, I know she's a few years younger than me. I joked to my dad when I first saw her. I was like, you got some splaining to do. Where were you in? And I said, because I looked up her birth year in this year, and he didn't get it, but I would love Kathleen Illustrated. Oh yeah, Kathleen Illustrated. Are you working on any crafting projects? I'm about to start on a crafting project. I had one that I was going to start on, and then a lot of stuff got in the way. We went on like a last minute road trip, and then there's been some other stuff I've had to handle. But I'm about to, I'm so glad I pre-recorded a bunch of videos. Like the room tour I recorded like 2 weeks ago because it saved me, and I took a week off because I was like, yeah. But yeah, so I already said what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be making more fairy wings, but like more autumnal. And then I might do like a flower crown thing, but I don't want to make the video just that. So I'm trying to figure out what else to do. Yeah, they always get me in the shopping mood. How do you stay motivated to keep doing your DIY projects? I feel like I always become hyperfixated for a time and then I lose interest. That's hard. It helps when I keep myself on a schedule. Like I have a deadline. So starting the project is easy. It's finishing it that's hard. When a project is going well, it's easy to finish it. But when you're experiencing unexpected setbacks, that's when it's easy to like throw in the towel and not finish it. But when you're recording and editing your video and you have a deadline, that kind of helps. So that's probably not best advice for you because, you know, that's special circumstance. But how are the fur babies? They're good. Poppy is at the door right now. I might let her in a minute. She's been really upset today because there was a dog loose in the neighborhood and she's wanting to get him, which is funny because we take her to the dog park and she loves everyone. But the moment there's a fence, she wants to defend her territory, you know. Would you consider winter, fairy content like winter fairy wings? Possibly. It just depends on how things are scheduling. I was considering doing like a blue fairy type of look, but I haven't decided. I usually just go by whatever I'm currently wanting. And I've been wanting like some autumnal oak leaves to match my acorn hat. But fall is quickly escaping me, so I need to get on that. So hopefully next week I'll have that done. I'm just gonna bust it out real quick. I'm glad you're thinking ahead and sticking up on videos that you can use. Yeah, I always like to pre-plan and like shoot a bunch of videos at once and then just be in editing hermit mode. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way, and my computer also hates it when I have multiple projects going at the same time. After cleaning out my computer like a month ago and having 300 gigabytes of space, I somehow had like none left this last week, so I had to shove a bunch of stuff on an external drive, but it's fine. Computer, I rant about computers too much. My computer has got me this far last 2 years. I'm thankful for her. Yeah, deadline motivation. Yeah, the deadline anxiety really helps, especially, well, I haven't really had a sponsor on any of my crafting videos, but when I have a sponsor on a video, that also like lights a fire under my butt. And I'm like, I have to get it in by this day, and I'm panicking, and panic makes me work harder. I know you're an autumn girly, but are you also Christmas girly? No, I'm not a Christmas girly, but that's just like a personal thing. But I also don't live somewhere where it gets cold, so there's another hair. Hello. Old enough to remember being excited for my 486 megabyte computer. That's funny. I think just one of my pictures is that big. Just one file on my, like one video file is probably 4 megabytes. No, gigabytes, I'm sorry. I just moved next to an oak tree and acorns and leaves in my yard. Make me so happy. I really want to make a wreath with them. Yeah, that'd be so cute. I love acorns. And I like oak trees, but I realize there's different types of oak trees. The ones we have in this area, they don't really change color. Do some oak trees change color? Because I've seen like orangey oak leaves, but ours stay like olive green and then they just drop. But our acorns are also like long. It's weird. I was gonna forage and like make a cute little short about like foraging, and then, you know, just for like crafting supplies. But then I saw my acorns. I'm like, oh yeah, we have like the weird long boys. Autumn slipping away too fast this year. Sorry, I can't see. I need my glasses. Fun fact, I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I don't, because I don't like them. Yeah, same. Where's the dog? She's right outside the door wanting to come in. I should probably let her in, but then she's gonna like jump on me. But you guys probably don't mind. I think most oak trees are kind of turned brown. Yeah, I'm like, where are these? Like, maybe they're Photoshop. The ones that I've seen were fake. But I've seen some that like the edges will turn kind of like a brown, orangish brown, but maybe I've just seen too many cartoons. Over the Garden Wall. Did anyone watch the little short that came out for Over the Garden Wall? The stop motion? That was cute. Yeah, I'll probably let her in. She's calmed down. Yeah, she's my little supervisor. I'm just afraid she's gonna snag this skirt. I'm wearing a skirt with like lace on it, but it's fine. It was free. Yeah, so Over the Garden Wall, for their 10th anniversary, they came out with a stop motion like wooden puppet short film. It's like maybe a couple minutes long, but it's super cute. And they also had like a art exhibit and a concert with the cast and stuff. I'm super jealous of the people that got to go. As supervisors, yeah, I've got 2 as well. Yeah, my kitties and my dog. Although the tiny cat, Yzma, she does not get along with the dog. She actually bullies the dog, despite being the size of a ferret. Okay, so I haven't done a live on here because I just got approved to do lives. I got an email recently from YouTube that they recently came out with like the vertical option, whereas before it was just like, it was like the aspect ratio of a normal YouTube video. So now people can watch me I mean, you can watch lives on your phone as well, but now it's like a lot more user-friendly for people who are vertical. I haven't done lives on Instagram or TikTok a lot because I usually don't get a lot of people on there, but I have a higher following here or more engagement. So that's why I chose to prioritize this over that. And also, I believe I can turn on monetization. So if like, I don't know how that works. So if there's a week where I don't do a YouTube video, I will probably go live. And then even if I do a YouTube video, I'll try to do like at least a live a week, just so I can like hang out and see how everybody's doing. Hello, enjoying your content for years now. And I just wanted to oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Any tips for wannabe YouTubers, especially if you can't afford a camera? Just iPhoning it. iPhone it. Use the back camera instead of the front, you know, the selfie cam. Shoot in good lighting, maybe daylight. And then if you need something to edit with, CapCut is a good editing software, although now to access certain features, you have to pay. But in my opinion, the free basic features do the job. You don't need any fancy transitions or fancy text options. Just keep it simple. Because people like authenticity over crazy edits. All the biggest YouTubers, it's not, even though they do have crazy edits, they're big because people resonate with them. And yeah, just be yourself. I know that's such a generic piece of advice. I'm sorry. But yeah, just iPhone it, just post it. And even if it later you get better and get better tech and you look back at your old videos and cringe, you could private them or you could keep them up as a testament to how much you've improved. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, good luck. Just start it. And the more you do it, the more practice you get with like speaking to a camera, the more natural you're going to come off. If you've never done it, you're going to come off really stiff and awkward, but you just have to do it. My first videos, especially like, I think there was one I posted on my art channel, so stiff. And what got me used to it, I started making TikToks actually, because it feels more laid back, a little more less scripted, off the cuff. My son is 5 and just discovered Over the Garden Wall this year. It's been a joy to watch and sing Potatoes and Molasses. That is so cute. I love that. What cosplays have you made? Which is your favorite? Any tips for beginning cosplays? I haven't been able to do a lot of cosplays lately, just like Ren Fair, like fairy outfits. But in 2017, my husband and I made our first rendition of Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. I always loved dressing up as that one, although my costume has since somewhat disintegrated, so we'd have to do it again. I like thrift flipping for my costumes, and I don't focus on accuracy, but just on, I don't know, like the vibe, if it feels right, you know? Because like, I always just view it as this is my interpretation of the character. But I do want to do more cosplays. I told my husband, at least he does all the foam stuff. I don't really know how to like work with foam. It's not my thing. I do painting and the sewing stuff, but I want him to make me some armor. And I have a very specific idea for a set of armor I want. And it'll be a video, like we're gonna do a collaboration, but right now, like our cosplay station is discombobulated because we're like doing some like rearranging and stuff is having to be like packed up to get out, like push out of the way. So I don't even have access to any of the cosplay tools right now, any of the foam and all that. So eventually when we get everything like situated, he's gonna make me the armor I want and we're gonna make a video and then I'm gonna do the thing I wanna do. I gotta catch up on, love your hairstyle, thank you. I have 2 gray cats and 1 orange boy, and one of the gray cats. Aw. Yeah, if you ever, like, honestly, if making a channel, you just gotta do it. Even if you're talking into the void and no one watches, you're building experience for future, like, success, you know? Are you active on your art channel? No, I have talked about it, making some art centered videos. I just am really bad about having multiple focuses. I'm really good at just staying focused on one thing. And sometimes when I try to like do other things in conjunction, I get like thrown off. I have been consistent on this channel for long enough to where I'm like, okay, I think I can like do some other stuff. I also have my side channel where I wanted to make some like video essays, but I haven't got myself to like sit down and write a script and do the voiceover and stuff. Does he have social media for his cosplays? Yes. Yas Costumes, YAS Costumes. You'll see like both of us on there. He doesn't have a lot of followers, but he doesn't really do social media. And he is good. He is playing the remaster of Tomb Raider right now. He is on the second game. He liked the first game better, if anyone's wondering. Yeah. And I've been watching him a little bit and helping him with the puzzles, which is funny. You guys are like the perfect cosplay. Yep, we're the perfect little cosplay making duo. Like I suck at the three-dimensional stuff and putting together foam, but he's great at it. He's not so much great at the painting and like the detailing, but that's my area. I like little details, so. Loose purr, that's cute, yeah. My outnose still itches. I think there's like hair stuck to my makeup or something. Yzma was on my makeup, like where by my makeup stand earlier, like laying on the chair. Maybe got on my makeup brushes or something. I need to become a better video comment, but I've been video for years now, and your videos always break. Aw, because thank you so much, Allie. I really appreciate that. That's like, I love feedback like that when people tell me that they enjoy watching me and they've been watching me for years. So, and it's fine if you don't comment a lot. Like honestly, the silent watchers are the ones that make the channel. Although I do appreciate the people who like comment on every video. It's like, you know, having familiar faces. It's like having a little community, but at the same time, I'm highly appreciative of the people who tune in every time, even if they don't comment. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being here tonight. How did you both get into cosplay? Well, we both were into it before we even met. When we first met, one of the first conversations was about cosplay. In fact, we were like hanging out with mutual friends, and he overheard me talk about, or he heard someone say that I cosplayed. And so he made a point to come over and talk to me. And like a lot of stuff was happening, and eventually he got over to come talk to me, and we like exchanged phone numbers, and yeah, it's all history from there. I'm new. What's your channel about? So it's about a lot of things. Like I do a lot of crafting, like fairy core, fantasy. I also do a lot of thrifting and thrift flipping, like home decor, as you can see here. Cozy content. It's just a lot of fun times. I'm really bad at explaining things. I'm sorry. But if you like things like Ren fairs, fantasy, cozy books, and video games, and it's like nerdy, cozy stuff. Oh, vintage inspired, yeah. And the sewing, kind of. I haven't really gotten into like deep. I'm like easing my way into full-blown sewing projects because I'm scared. But I've done like easy beginner stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, how we met, people always ask us about like how we met, and the easy answer is always, oh, we met through mutual friends. But it's kind of funny because like he kind of cornered me a little bit because I was like off in the corner, literally like drawing, because everyone was playing Super Smash Brothers, and yeah, I was just trying to get away from all the chaos, and he came in because he thought I was lonely. But it's fine because like we hit it off, and I made a really stupid joke and he laughed at it, and that made me feel good. And I was like, yeah, I like you. Have you ever been to Oregon? I have. It's just been years, and my husband used to go every year with his family. We haven't been together. It's been our goal to go up there. And then this is kind of related, but not. I have friends in Washington, which is like above Oregon, as you know. And so I'm like, hey, one of these days we should go on a road trip. And go through Oregon. I was actually 2 hours away from Oregon last weekend to go see my friend up in Eureka. I think it's like 2 hours away from Oregon, up north, more north. Yeah. That is like the introvert, extrovert, meet cute classic story. She was just over in the corner and I saw her and I thought she was lonely, so I went and talked to her. Classic. I don't even, can you even see this? I put on this mood light. I don't even think you can really tell. I think I'm gonna unlock, I'm just gonna turn it off. Because I need the charger for it. Ah. Ah. Don't mind me, just knocking over my candle. It's not a real candle, so I'm not gonna. Oh, have I decided if I'm gonna move to another state? We thought about it. We're like saving up right now, and my brother's with us, and he's like looking into it too, because he owns this house, my brother. So if we're gonna move, we're gonna probably all move with him. Sorry, I'm trying to get my charger in here because my phone's at 34%, which is not bad. Went to my first Ren fair this past summer, and your videos are so inspiring. Aw, I'm so glad you got to go. I hope you had a good time. I know every Ren fair is different, so I try to prepare people for like the general expectations, but also I've learned that each fair like has its like own kind of culture a little bit and its own vibe, but generally they're pretty similar. It just depends on like how big or small it is. I actually say Oregon, right? Yeah. How do people, like, do people say Oregon or something? Did say it wrong, but I've been there, so I don't know. I've cousins up there too, I think. I don't know if they still live there. I went to a very small one. Yeah, it's always good to start with the small ones because it can be really overwhelming. I know the Colorado one feels like a theme park, especially since they have like the brick and mortar buildings. Although I don't think I would have been overwhelmed if that was my first one. I think NorCal Ren Fair might have been overwhelming because that one, like, it's a bit like more cramped. Loved your hobby crafting room video, by the way. I have very similar decorating style, so it's very pleasing to my eyes. Lots of trinkets. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I got one comment that was like, that's a mess. And I was like, have you met someone with ADHD? I was trying to think of like a snarky comment to reply, but then I was like, it's not worth it, man. Don't reply to people who are mean. I'm working on that. I wanted to reply, that's like your opinion, man, or something stupid, but in New England, they often say Oregon. Is that just an accent thing? Where do I live now? I'm in California. Yeah. California. Kind of in the middle. Wait, I saw that comment. I downvoted them. Who? Wait, what happened? Oh, is it the one where it's like, my only state the matter? Oh, I'm not gonna get into it. If I see someone that, honestly, I need to like, at some point, find people who want to be moderators. So I might reach out to some people that I like know are on my videos a lot. Like, hey, you're in the community, you want to be a moderator so you can, oh, that. Okay, yeah, but if you guys ever see anything in the chat that's like inappropriate, let me know and I can act on it. I just want to make sure I didn't lose anything. Yeah, the mess comment was kind of like, what? But I'm trying to learn to just, no matter what you post and where you post, you're gonna get people that are snarky and disrespectful. Like, I get that my decorating style isn't for everyone, especially people that love their sad beige cubicle walls of a house, but here I am insulting their sense of style too, so, you know. It's all a matter of, what is it? It's subjective. Yeah, it's subjective. Not messy at all, queen. It was so cozy. I love this. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I know, yeah, I get that some people, it would be too much. But also, like, I'm making this content for people that are like me, like you guys. So it's like, if it's not your thing, you don't gotta watch. I'm not gonna change. What are some of your go-to makeup staples? Let's see. I have a couple of ColourPop palettes that I like. I'm not really an eyeshadow girl, but I've been kind of getting into it. So like warm colors like purples, burgundies, and I tend to use the darker colors with a like tiny little fan brush to make eyeliner. I use a lot of concealer, so Tarte Shape Tape, and I switch around on my sorry, I need water. I keep messing up my words. I keep changing my foundation, but right now I'm using it's like Maybelline. It's like a little dropper. Can't remember the name. I like CC creams and BB creams because they're lighter. Because I have lots of texture. I like to smooth it over. Is it all clean? Okay, you already read that. Messy creative spaces are a sign of a busy maker. Yes, and also a creative mind. Technically, like a lot of the like eccentric creators that help to like shape the world and like change the world. Not change the world, but you know, like culture makers, people of the past that we remember, eccentric people, they were probably very eclectic and cluttered as well. But that's because people who are creative, especially like neurodivergent, need a lot of stimulation. And when things are too empty, that creates more anxiety than when things are too messy, if that makes sense. Although mess does freak me out a little bit, but I do that to myself. Hi, Silent Watch Your Hair, love your style. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I've tried the curly girl method. It worked when my hair was shorter, but now that my hair is a lot longer, the curls get stretched out. Like I used to get like ringlets when my hair, because I used to have my hair down to here in 2020. But now, and also my hair is very broken on the bottom. I've always struggled with breakage underneath, and I do sleep with the silk bonnet. But what I do is when my hair is damp now, I just wrap it in a silk scarf and let it dry like that. That's what I did today to refresh it. I just spritzed it with leave-in, and then I wrapped it in my silk scarf. Like I did, like you know when people get those heatless curls and then they like wrap it around. That's how I do it, but I do it with the scarf because it dries better. Me too. I have heard that cushion foundations have that close to skin application. Yeah, I've considered getting a cushion foundation. I just haven't tried it yet. But my favorite BB or CC cream was the It Cosmetics one. It had like it's like a gray tube, and it has SPF in it. The problem is it's expensive. It does last me a really long time though. Like I can get, because I don't wear makeup every day, so I can get away with buying like one tube every 6 to 8 months, which is nice, especially if I'm not wearing makeup every day. So I guess in the end, it kind of evens out. Oh, thank you, Phantom Edits. But makeup is not my strong suit, so when people ask me for like recommendations, I'm always like, I don't know. I get my recommendations from people who are smarter than me when it comes to these things. But I did learn about the Maybelline thing from a content creator who knows this stuff. So, because I struggle with makeup being too cakey because I have dry skin, so I like it lighter. Are you still going to do the other channel? Yes, I'm still just trying to decide what I want to post for my first video. I might just do an introductory, but I want it to be more podcasty So I kind of want to get a podcast mic, but because like I like my little lavalier mic, but it's just like kind of janky. But I don't know yet. I'm so indecisive right now. Too many things to do. Do you and your husband ever watch anime? And what are your top 5? Yeah, so my husband's more of the anime guy, but he's gotten me into some of them. So we haven't watched any in a long time. I'm trying to remember. Top 5. This is where he would come in. Remind me of what we've watched and liked. Ooh, okay. It's not an ongoing series, but if you like sci-fi mystery thriller, Steins Gate is really good, and it actually deals with an actual like, conspiracy theory. The John Teeter, the time travel dude from the like ancient times of the internet. That sounds, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to if anyone was on the internet back then. It was like 1999 internet era. So that show deals with time travel and timelines and all that. Another really good one I'm trying to remember was also like a one-off series. It was just one season and we binged it in like 2 nights. We stayed up to like 2 a.m. watching it. I can't remember the name of it. It was a murder mystery, but also had time travel. I can't remember what it was now. I'm so sorry. I'll get back to you on that. Maybe I'll make a little short video or something about it. I'm trying to remember. But Steins Gate's good. It's bingeable. The first couple episodes are a little bit slower, but once you get going, it's like, what's gonna happen? And then there is technically a season 2. It's like an AU, alternate universe. I didn't like that season as much because they did break their own time travel rules, and I'm a big stickler for sticking to your own time travel rules. You don't have to be scientifically accurate because we haven't proved that science has not proved that time travel can happen, but stay consistent, man. I accidentally dumped myself out of the chat. Yeah, that happens. I've done that too. Maybe you could do a hair scarf rolling tutorial. Maybe it would probably be just a short video. Sorry, the itchy nose is coming back. There's like a hair, cat hair, because it's pretty short and sweet. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I had a plan for a video for whimsical hairstyles, and I started filming it and then I deleted the footage because I hated it. But I might bring that back. It was going to be the lazy girl's guide to whimsical hair. I was like, this is going to be so good. And then I filmed part of it and I was like, I hate this. Are you playing any fun, cozy games? I was playing Fae Farm, but I am an all or nothing gamer. I'm nonstop with the game and won't put it down, or I don't touch it for 6 months. And when I did my hair dyeing video a bit ago, that's when I was playing, and I almost completed the game in like a week. Well, at least completed the story, but I still have one more land to find in the sky. Fae Farm is fun though. It's like Fairy Core Stardew Valley, but with like really cutesy graphics like Animal Crossing, but a little bit more anime, if that makes sense. I love it. I love the aesthetic. I love the gameplay. The time travel episode of the original Star Trek with Joan Collins made me hate time travel. When it comes to time travel, I'm extremely picky. And I almost was happy with how Endgame was going, Marvel's Endgame. And then they broke their own rules at the end, and I was like, stick to your own time travel rules that you set up. Otherwise you get gaping plot holes. And I hate that. And Steins Gate season 2 / alternate universe season did that. And like up until that point, I was like, I love this. It's a little depressing, but I love it. And then I was like, wait a minute. And I did like a whole dissertation TED talk to my husband what the plot holes were. So that's why he doesn't really watch time travel with me, because then he has to be submitted to my rants. I think the hair has migrated down to my lip. Have you ever heard of, oh, sorry, I gotta get closer. Have you ever heard of the upcoming game Tales of the Shire? Yes, I want to play that. So I usually let my husband buy me games as gifts. That's like what he gets me. He got me Fae Farm. I showed him Tales of the Shire, but he told me at the time I hadn't played Fae Farm yet. It had just been sitting. He's like, you have to play Fae Farm first. And he also bought me Let's Go Eevee, and I have not played it. And he's like, you have to play the games that I buy you before I buy you another one. I'm like, okay. Because I'm not a gamer, so I have to be like, I have to actually play the games. So I'm gonna finish Fae Farm and then I might play Tales of the Shire. Have you watched the new Doctor Who? I haven't. I'm like so behind. We are currently going through Star Trek right now. And I think I talked about this. I don't know if anyone was there for my Instagram live. I like blinked out or like dipped out shortly after Peter Capaldi left. I don't know. I just lost interest. Like I was a ride or die for years. And then I think I just like got bored. If that makes sense. Doctor Who is my only exception for like you can break your own rules because it's never made sense in terms of their time travel rules. So I'm like, it's fantasy, whatever, man. So favorite Doctor, it used to be, sorry, I'm making sure I'm up to date on the chat. My favorite Doctor obviously used to be David Tennant back when he was the most recent Doctor. And I was skeptical about Matt Smith because when I saw the previews, he looked really young and him and Amy looked like teenagers to me. That's what I said, even though I was a freaking teenager. But then I binge watched the new season when it came out with Matt Smith, like the first season he was in. And I was like, this is amazing. I love it. And I ended up loving Matt Smith more than David Tennant. And I told my husband, it's because he's the ADHD doctor, Matt Smith. Like they all like are kind of neurodivergent coded, but he is especially like the ADHD doctor. And I'm like, I would vibe with you so much. We would be besties. And I've also met Matt Smith very briefly in real life for a meet and greet at a convention. So it was extremely brief. It was like pose, snap, go. It was so nice though. Time travel anime you binged. Erased. That might be the one that I saw that we binged. Is it the one where like there was a girl that was unalived? I don't know what I can say on stream nowadays. Who was murdered. M-word. I don't know if they're gonna ban me. I don't know. I'm scared. Anyway, and it was like in his past, but then he somehow woke up in his like past self's body, like he went back to his childhood. If that's the one, then yes, I've seen it and we binged it. We stayed up till 2 a.m. watching it a couple times. Suspension of disbelief is key to enjoying time travel movies, zombie movies, vampire movies. Yeah, basically. But when they present themselves as super scientific, that's when I'm like, all right, girl, you got to follow your own rules. If you set them up, if you tell me what the rules are, you have to follow them. So with Doctor Who, I've never really minded because it doesn't make sense. And they change their own rules and the canon like all the time. So I've always just been like, it's fantasy, man. So Doctor Who, I was always given like a free pass to just not make sense, if that makes sense. But yeah, love Steins Gate and Erased, if that's the one. Yes, it was. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was a roller coaster. Honestly, I would probably recommend that to anyone who's like not super into anime because it's not like the usual tropiness of anime. I mean, there might be a couple things, but it's just a good story and engaging. What's your favorite trinket in your house? That's difficult because I have a lot of trinkets. I think my little dragon and my fairy house. These are a couple of my favorites things that I have. This guy I got from was it Big Lots or Grocery Outlet? It's the most random place. And then that from Goodwill. Let's see. I'm just here for the vibes. I mean, I enjoy Twilight and the whole In that story, we are out of control. Are out of control. Yeah, I was never a Twilight girl. I'm of the age to be a Twilight girl, but I was never a Twilight girl. I make fun of it mostly now. Like I repost memes and send memes to my friends because I've seen it. I've seen the movie, never read the book. Well, my viewing of Twilight was very much just we were watching it to be ironic, and we were all talking throughout the entire thing and making fun of it, and then I fell asleep at some point. And then I also watched a abridged, like, you know, where people dub over it. If you ever watched like Dragon Ball abridged or Yu-Gi-Oh abridged, it's hilarious. I love the Dragon Ball. Is it Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball abridged? Hilarious. So funny. But yeah, I watched, someone posted something like that of Twilight, and it was amazing. It was hilarious. So what's your favorite Star Trek series? I feel like The Next Generation is the best. My only complaint is the inconsistency of Deanna's powers. Speaking of suspension of belief. Yeah, I've always been very like curious about what, I know she can feel people's emotions, but it's not always consistent. But I feel like that's just the way intuition and like empathy, empath, if being an empath is real, it is a little inconsistent. But I also haven't watched it all the way through. My favorite, that's hard to tell because I am biased because I specifically grew up watching Voyager. That was like the show that we tuned into every week when it was coming out. And I think at that point, either TNG had already finished or they were on like their last bit. I was never into Deep Space Nine, and we only just started getting into it, and now I appreciate it. As an adult, I can really appreciate the like deep messages of Star Trek. They're very conceptual with their like ethics and their stories, which I really like. Sometimes the acting and the special effects pull you right back out, and you're like, what the hell is this? But I really like what they do, and I've kind of started to see how they've inspired other science fiction. Like I used to be a Stargate girly, like I grew up with Stargate, and so many times I'm like, I think Stargate copied this, like one of like the storylines. I'm like, this feels like a Stargate episode, but I know this came before. So I'm like, So Voyager growing up is my favorite. Right now, we're going through TNG and Deep Space Nine, and I really like Deep Space Nine because it's very character driven. It's still like adventure of the week, but I love how they're like building upon the characters and showing their growth. And every character too, like even Quark, the Ferengi, like you're seeing him like really blossom and like, yeah. Anyone who doesn't like Star Trek is probably like tuned out right now, but I'm very much a character, like I appreciate a good character writing moment, you know? Very human, but except they're not human. Check the chat. Sonic Approach is hella funny too. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I remember those Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged. Yeah, my husband and I watched because I had watched it before I met him, the Dragon Ball Abridged, and then we watched it together. I don't know why. Funny stuff, parody stuff is so much funnier when you're watching it with someone, especially with someone like my husband who completely loses it whenever he finds something funny. Like, we watched Gallivant together, and there was a part where he literally fell off the couch. He was laughing so hard, and we had to rewind it. So watching that again, like, there was this part about the trucker hat in Dragon Ball Abridged, and they kept like freeze framing it. It was black. I don't remember the context at all. I just remember how hard we laughed. What's advice would you give for your form? Sorry, I can't read. My eyes are blinking. Self 10 years ago, 5 years ago. That's a really good question. And I could probably make a whole video on that, honestly. Maybe that's what I'll put on my new channel. Because my side channel, Side Quest Scotty, I really want that to be about personal growth and healing and all that, because you guys don't get to see it. But that's, even though I'm calling it Side Quest, but that's like my main quest. I am really into like reading and researching about the brain and improving and healing and stuff. I really love therapy. So I think I would tell my younger self, go to therapy, but also it's not your fault. The things that you're going through, the feelings that you're feeling, none of it is your fault. So stop beating yourself up. And it's okay to be not okay. Honestly. Because I went through some rough years, guys. But I'm really good now. Like that's why I feel like, yeah, I feel like I could like have a good conversation with my me 5-10 years ago. Because it's been a journey, man. I recently just found you from Renfer videos because I'm gonna go one day, and I hope you make more videos because I love them. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully this next Renfer season is eventful. I want to make all the Renfer videos because I love it so much. Oh, and I'm definitely ready for your other channel. Yeah, I don't know if you guys like what your guys' interests are, but like when I say that I don't watch a lot of content on YouTube, I mostly listen to podcasts. Like that's what I mean. I listen to a lot of podcasts and video essays with regard to like mental health and like philosophy and self-improvement. Like philosophy, I mean like psychology, that's what I mean. Well, kind of philosophy, kind of psychology. And I feel like I'm a very different person than I used to be, but not because I wasn't a good person or I wasn't, how do I put this? I feel like I know myself a lot better than I used to, if that makes sense. And I feel more confident in myself and I have a lot less fear and anxiety. And I want to be able to distill everything I've learned into my own videos to pay it forward like these videos and podcasts have done for me. In the meantime, there is a really good channel that I can't remember her name because I'm really bad at remembering names, but I mentioned it in a video recently. I think her name is Ilea. She makes the kind of videos that I wish I could make. I'll have to shout her out in a community post one of these days because like, it's my favorite. I love listening to her videos. Have you and your hubby watched Timeless? Gosh, what is that? Hold on. Timeless. I shall Google. Sometimes I forget the names of things. Oh, sorry. The nose is going to keep itching until I wash my face. Is Timeless a show? Okay, so is it a show, TV series, 2016 to 2018? Because I see an unlikely trio travel through time in order to battle unknown criminals and protect history. That sounds interesting. As long as they're consistent with their time travel rules, I will watch it. I'm very much into mental health, trauma healing, autoimmune disorders, and trauma. Yeah. So I'll have to, once I think the previous comments are asking what advice I would give my previous self. I think that kind of gave me an idea of a video I might make. So I might actually post to that channel. And I'll do the thing where I will make a tab on that channel of my favorite channels. So you guys can also like, even though I have like one video out, you guys will be able to like transition over and like listen to my favorites as well, because I don't know, I like to share, but I have been more hesitant to share that part of myself on the internet because it's more personal. But I do want to I'm finally in a place where I kind of want to start doing that. I've just struggled with feeling like I'm eloquent enough or smart enough to convey the thing. But I'm like, if you just script it, who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? It's a video essay. It's like Sliders. They are just constantly changing history through time jumps. Okay, I remember Sliders. Man, that's a throwback. I haven't thought about that show in a long time. What are some TV series that you and your hubby always binge watch? Well, as I mentioned earlier, right now we're going through the old Star Trek. we don't really like any of the new Star Trek except for Strange New Worlds. Yeah, the one with Captain Pike. That one was so good. So good. Let's see, what else have we binged? A comfort show of mine is Golden Girls. I really like, we've watched Arrested Development a few times, Parks and Rec. Those are just like the comfort shows. 30 Rock used to be one of my comfort shows. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I really liked for a time like all of the comedies that kind of sprung off of the careers of a lot of the Saturday Night Live people. So it's just funny, and sometimes you just need laughs, honestly, especially when you're stressed. It's great. It's medicine. Okay, did my playlist just run out? Wait, why did you stop? Oh yeah, Bob's Burgers. Wait, there's new episodes? Okay, did my Wi-Fi just die? Well, good thing I have cellular, I can't say that word. My cell phone data right now in case my Wi-Fi just died. That's why my music just died. What are places around the world? Sorry, I'm really bad at reading aloud. What places around the world are on your bucket list? Let's see, like Scotland. I really want to go to, I think, Switzerland, because I always see videos and photos of Switzerland, and it looks beautiful. Italy, because my grandmother was from there. Well, she wasn't born there, but my great-grandparents were born in Italy, and I know I have cousins there, and I would very much like to go. And also I've heard that like you can eat there, that if you have like, because American food sucks. So I'm like, yeah, Italy. Tum tum tum. I just want to eat the food and see the sights. It's 11. Good night. Raising Hope is my go-to funny show. I think I've heard of that one. Again, I'm kind of like, whatever's like new, I'm very behind on. We've been mostly just watching old stuff. And then like I have watched What We Do in the Shadows, like bits and pieces, like episodes that I'm like, yeah, I think I'd like this episode, but I'm not like up to date on anything. I tried to watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it was a little, I don't know, it was kind of depressing. A little crude, but yeah. I definitely love TV. It's like my thing as well. Nice little, like I'll watch a TV show over a movie, usually. Do you have any advice for how to feel more comfortable and confident wearing what you love when it's not conventional? Well, that will depend on where you live. Hopefully you live in a place where you won't actually be harassed. People will just give you side eye at most. But as far as being more comfortable, I mean, I hate to sound cliche, but the more you do something, the more used to it you are. Because I used to be very uncomfortable with standing out in public. But the more I actually just force myself to do it, and also having someone with you that you're like, you feel safe and comfortable with. So for me, that's my husband. And he's also like a little weird as well, although he dresses normal, but like having someone with you that you feel safe with and comfortable with, and just dipping your toe in, maybe like include something a little bit here and there, and start kind of like exposure therapy. So like maybe a funky top, but then the rest of it will be normal, or funky bottoms, you know, and then like kind of work your way up, or whatever it is. Just kind of sprinkle in a little bit at a time, and then build your tolerance for people looking at you weird. And actually, ever since I started just wearing whatever the heck I want, I actually get more compliments. I'm sure I get more dirty looks, but I don't see them. I don't notice them, because I don't look at people in the eye on public, or I don't notice people. Okay. I often take different accessories off before I leave the house because I am afraid to stand out. Rise in INTP. I live in Portland or so, like the most. Yeah. So yeah, for that I would say work your way up. Wear a little bit at a time and keep adding, but also know most people are more concerned with their own business than you. And if someone is bold enough to say something or give you a dirty look, then they're an a-hole. And that's not your problem. I always say what people think of me is not my problem, or at least it's not my business, not my problem. Unless there's someone that I know and they're actively spreading hate about me or like talking smack about me, then it's my problem. But if it's strangers, it's like, what are they, if they're not gonna like do anything, if they're just gonna get me like, then it's, you kind of, again, you have to like slowly acclimate yourself to the idea of someone doing that. Or I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm sorry. It's been an hour, so I'm my talking time is starting to melt. That didn't make any sense either. Jeez. Okay, let me catch up on chat. We've just been chatting. This has been nice. And I haven't even need to like pull out an activity to entertain. I like this. This is nice. It's a pretty old show, very Malcolm in the Middle, Arrested Development. Oh, what was it? Oh, the show you mentioned earlier, Raising Hope. Oh, okay. Well, that's my bad. I probably just haven't heard of it. Oh, we were also watching Malcolm in the Middle for a bit, and then we just kind of like, we got distracted by Star Trek. I would love to live in a colder climate so I can actually layer clothes. Too humid. Oh, I feel ya. I mean, not the humidity, but the heat. Like, I feel like by the time it's cool enough to wear my fall sweaters, fall is like, it's not really fall anymore. It is weather and like trees wise, but people are moving on to Christmas, you know? And I feel out of place, but it's fine. I'll still wear my fall sweaters. Excuse me. Oop. Hit something. Yeah, I agree with Amy. Definitely find someone who has a similar aesthetic that you can like join forces with. But if you find someone, or maybe there's someone in your life that wants to dress as like you do, but they're too scared too, and then you can just join forces. I followed your mushroom elf DIY. They came out perfect. Yay, I hope you sealed them better than I did, because mine are peeling now. But it's fine, I'm just gonna repaint them. I have so many elf ears. I bought so many to like put in packages and stuff when I was doing Whatnot, and then I stopped because it was so much work. And it was getting in the way of YouTube videos. Yeah, it's been hot everywhere, honestly. But especially southern parts of the states, Southern California. And y'all don't really get like a winter, do you? Like, it's just cooler. I live in PNW, and it's so nice, but you have to carry umbrellas to wear the cute outfits without jackets. Yeah, I'd take that over blazing heat, but also I probably wouldn't like if it was like raining because frizzy hair. I'm Mexican and I have to paint my elf ears. Yeah, you know, they do make other colors, but honestly, the colors that they offer aren't, unless you're like, if you're getting like the really good ones, the Mad Elf, what is it, the Madhouse Designs, they'll do like custom colors, but like the ones you just get in the package, they only come in like pink, slightly beigey, tan, and very dark. I had trouble tracking down multiple colors for my stuff when I was like packaging and stuff. I used an acrylic canvas spray sealant. That's good. Shrek-like. Speaking of, here's my Shrek. I don't know if you can see him. I think he's covered by the chair. Sacramento feels like it just became fall last week. Yeah. I agree. That's where I am, and it finally feels like it's actually like proper fall. And the trees are turning gay. I keep saying that. I'm a broken record. Yeah. I want to take more photos, but we currently don't have a car because it's in the shop. The moment we get our paycheck, it's like, check in tonight. Yay. But it's fine. Actually, it'll be fine because actually they just called and said that the car maintenance or whatever is wrong with the car is actually covered under our warranty. You know, the warranty that you keep getting spam calls about, we already have it. That was stupid. No one got that. We've been trying to call you about your car's extended warranty. Did my Wi-Fi come back? It's awfully quiet in here. I need music. It's upside down. I might stay on just for a little bit longer, guys. I'm aiming for 8:30-ish Pacific. I was just gonna do an hour, but I'm having too much fun. There we go. Yeah, I thought I had a lot more songs on this playlist. Leaf peeper, yeah. We don't have a huge variety of different trees around here, but when we were driving through the redwoods, they had a lot of, like, at least along the roadways, those trees that turn yellow and maybe slightly orange. And it was, I didn't get any videos or photos, but it was gorgeous. I was like this the whole time. Out the window. Extended warranty, yeah. I used to get those calls, but then I signed up for the no solicitor list. There's like a government thing where you put your phone in and you get taken off the list or something for solicitors. And then if you do get a solicitation call, you can have them be fined. You can get if you can get their information, if you can schmooze them and figure out where they're calling from, they can get fined. And no one's called me though, because they knew I would. They're like, I wish you would, because I think you get a little compensation too for the harassment or whatever. I was like, My husband though gets like so many spam calls, and I put him on the list too. I don't know what it is. I feel like I heard that men get more spam calls for some reason. Like every day, at least five a day. He gets, hello, are you there? And it's obviously a computer. And he has to answer because he's I've been applying for remote jobs because his job is difficult. Anyway, if there was only one song that you could listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's hard because I'm one of those people where I'll listen to a song until I hate it and I can't stand it anymore. That's a very difficult. I'll get back to you on that. Probably something classical with no words, so it can't possibly get too stuck in my head and annoy the crap out of me. I have got them before, and before I was old enough to alive. It's been so long since. Supernatural. I haven't. I know that's a very long show. There's like 10 seasons, right? And someone asked if I have tried crochet or knitting. No, I have thought about it though. I've been saving patterns just in case on Pinterest. But I'm like, do I want to get another hobby? Because we know I'm all or nothing. Got it from my daddy. He's all or nothing too. Oh, good night. Gosh, I had to burp right then. 15 seasons. Yeah, good night, Justine. Downtown and Land Park are beautiful with all the trees. The drive down the hill from Reno is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I haven't really had a chance to like go out much lately because my husband has been working. But I'm gonna ask him if he wants to like go for a drive because I've been wanting to go. I actually been wanting to go back to Apple Hill to get more apples and apple pie and caramel because we ate it all already. Yes, absolutely, another hobby. I know, it's just I have to get sewing down. I have a corset I wanna make, and I wanna actually use my machine to do the corset, but I'm waiting for my mom to come over to help me, or my friend who sews. Because beyond just a regular schmegular straight stitch, anything too complicated, my brain spontaneously combusts. That's why, and it makes no sense that like I actually prefer to hand stitch because then I get less confused. But I think it's because it's so tactile. But I'll get over it eventually. Like I said, we're rearranging a lot of our crafting stuff right now, like in the garage and stuff. So a lot of stuff is everywhere. That's why I wanted to get my my room tour done, because I didn't know if I was going to be redoing some stuff. So you heard it here first, folks. Some changes might be happening, but we don't know yet because we're just trying to like figure everything out. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't mean to click on that. I want to read the comment. By the way, thanks for your vids. You inspired me when I was thrifting to make a Ren Fair outfit. We get so many compliments on our outfits and people are amazed we made it out of curtains and tablecloths. That's so amazing. You're doing better than me because like I'm still getting to that level, but I need to have a sewing bestie. I know actually one girl that I made friends with, we were going to be sewing besties and have sewing days, but then she got preggers, and so she's heavily pregnant right now, and she's about to like have her baby. So I'm like, I'm not going to bug you. We're going to wait a long time before we do this because you have to adjust to motherhood and all that stuff. When the baby gets old enough to be in a little mobile and like entertain him, boy, entertain the baby and like, maybe, I don't know. Let's see. I also love the vibes in the chat, y'all. Yeah, the vibes here are perfect. I have way too many hobbies. The newest one is journaling. Tomorrow will be something else. I know, right? I actually did some journaling too, like, but it's good for your mental health. If you're like me and you have a constant internal monologue and you suffer from anxiety, journaling is great. You don't even have to be like wanting to write about anything in particular. Just start writing out whatever your internal monologue, just dump it out on the page. They can be sentence fragments, what is it? Incomplete sentences, run-on sentences, whatever you want. Don't worry about grammar, don't worry about punctuation, don't worry about spelling. Great. I did that for a while when I was dealing with some anxiety around the time of the Colorado trip, because there was just a lot of stuff, like things happening, and that healed me. That made everything better. I actually almost filled a whole freaking notebook. Not front and back, but I was using a Sharpie pen, so I couldn't do front and back. But anyway, that's beside the point. I don't even know how to sew. So it was difficult. Yeah. We got glue and clothes pinned the whole time. Drape skirt, layered skirt, and all. Well, you know what? Hot glue. If you use the right hot glue, that stuff won't come off. We use a specific hot glue with like a high temp gun. They're like thicker and longer, those the glue sticks. They're not like the little ones. And then there's a yellow hot glue that's even stronger. We've been using that for our cosplays because you can use it on foam in addition to barge cement. So if you use stuff like that, you're good. The only problem is like if you need to undo something, you're screwed. I learned that the hard way. Glued something down, like, no wait, I need to move it. Tried to use a heat gun, no, it was stuck forever. Is your hair an ombre effect? Do you like yeah, it's kind of ombre. I did some bleaching on the ends a couple months ago, and it's not super like obvious, but it's just enough. It looks, I want to say natural, but my hair color's not natural, but the ombre effect is like that, if that makes sense. I actually just retouched all of my hair color, and what I've just been doing is using my regular hair dye on my roots, and then to touch up the vibrancy, I've just been using overtone, the overtone that they sent me, like I showed in that video where I did my hair dye. It worked perfectly because the regular hair dye that I use from Sally's is a little bit more harsh, so I didn't want to use it on the rest of my ends, but the overtone is a hair mask and it's conditioning, and I'm a fan now. They have converted me. I didn't know there was a stronger hot glue. Yes, look up, I'm not sure how to look it up, but it's like a yellow hot glue. They are thicker and bigger, like the glue sticks are like this big, but the glue guns themselves are also bigger. The one that we actually go to my storefront on, like if you go to my links, go to my Amazon storefront, and I think I have the glue gun that I use and the glue sticks in there for people to like, to access, like to know what I use. So if you want to know like where to get that stuff, I have it linked. And I'm not saying that to get commission. Like you can literally like copy the link or whatever and not give me commission, but like people ask me all the time what I use, and so I just want to make that available. Anyway, I'm rambling. I don't know. Hi, Barbie. I love that. Okay. I've been thinking about making a dress out of recycled book pages and prob some more curtains. Thoughts or tips? I'm thinking a ball gown, but I'm worried about price. Ooh, that's really hard. My concern would be the paper durability. But if you like if it would like rip and stuff. I'm trying to think, because I would just hot glue, but if I were to do it, I would just be hot glue into a ball gown. But then I don't know if that's the best way. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I feel like I'm like maybe Mod. No, because Mod Podge is more stiff. Oh, you were talking to Barbie in the chat. Okay, it reminded me of the Barbie movie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. You know. Anyway, I'm dumb. I can read. You fold the pages like old fan. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because what I was picturing is like taking the top of the page and like layering it like this down, but the fan would also be cute. Hold on. I feel like if this is one of those situations where someone has probably done something similar, you could probably draw inspiration. Let's see. I think I saw someone do a corset. Oh, you know who probably did it? Rachel Maxey did exactly that. And I think she did the way that I suggested. She did a book page dress. Let's see, when was this posted? Oh, 3 years ago on Rachel Maxey's channel. Making a book page dress, walking library, part 1. So maybe look that up. That might give you some ideas on how to do it. Is there an odorless glue like E6000 out there? I actually do not know. Hello, thank you for popping in. We're almost done anyway, so don't feel too bad for not sticking around. We've been at this for a bit, although I'm having so much fun, I don't want to get off. Yeah. Yeah, so look up Rachel's video. That might help you out. Yeah, people always say that I give off Rachel Maxey vibes, and I appreciate that. Although I wonder if it's because we're both crafty redheads. I have a thing about people comparing redheads. I'm like, we are not the same, but we are similar vibe. We are, what do you call it? Peers. You'll have to watch the replay. Yeah, I don't know if it's that interesting because I'm mostly just responding to chat. I was gonna do like flipping through the books that I recently thrifted, and also I picked up some books when I went on my little road trip, but I'm probably gonna do that next time. Y'all have just been so much fun, so. This is random, but have you thought about cosplaying Chapel Roan? Yeah, actually, a couple people suggested that, and I have this workout set that my friend Birdie sent me that's, where is it? Is it over here? I threw it off because I put it on for a video, but it's chainmail print workout set. So there's leggings and a crop top. And I asked my husband to make me like a chest plate and like some armor to go on top of it. But we just, again, our cosplay station is kind of like disassembled at the moment because we're rearranging stuff. Because I'm like, you know what, maybe I should just lean into the Chapel Roan comparison a bit. I probably should have done it already because like she's still kind of trending, but like there was a period where like she was like trending a bunch, and I'm like, I should hop on that to like ride the wave. But I mean, I think when she comes out with her new album, she's gonna be retrending, so I can just be like, hey guys, fellow redhead here. I'm about to sneeze. Give me a second. Okay. What? Yeah, the Grammys too. Yeah, Hot to Go will always be iconic. I love the meme. I hope she plays Hot to Go. This is literally, oh, what are some of my favorites? Someone was like at a symphony and then I can't remember. Drop your favorite Hot to Go meme videos. She's still trending. Yeah, she's not on my For You page every other school. I think right now people are just freaking out about other world events right now. So, and that's why I'm staying off social media, because I am highly sensitive to other people's emotions, and it's been rough, guys. It's been rough. It's going to be rough. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna, we're here for a good time. That's all I'm going to say. I hope you play Hot to Go. This is literally your grandma's funeral. Oh, that is hilarious and dark. That'd be funny though if they actually did play it. What if grandma loved Chapel Roan? You never know. It's possible. I'm sure there's a few grannies out there that are rocking to Chapel Roan. Chapel Roan and Olivia crossover is definitely my favorite one. They did a crossover. I'm not one of the cool kids, so I don't even know what's going on. I know whatever my For You page is serving me on TikTok, and right now the vibe is very different on my For You page. Probably my own fault for what I engage in. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have them play Hot to Go at my funeral when I'm old. Yes, please. I mean, that'll be sad, but also put that in your will. And then have your kids or grandkids do the meme. Oh my gosh, I hope they play Hot to Go if TikTok is still around. Or whatever social media we're on. Maybe we're in like 3D reality or something. That'd be funny. Olivia's concert. Okay. Yeah, I don't keep up. Even though I like, people tell me I look like her, I don't keep up on like what people are doing. Again, it depends on my algorithm. What my For You page decides to show me. Did my Wi-Fi die, or did I turn? No, I turned it off. Whoops. I know she performed, like I'm up to date on the fact that she played on SNL. And she played like a new song. It's like kind of country, kind of dolly. I'm so immersed in the live, my cat got mad at Oh. Okay, go take care of things. Why would he do that? A little stinker, literally? Do you have any sewing project plans soon? I have a bunch I want to do. No, like sewing projects. I think next project, I mean, there might be sewing involved. I'm going to be doing my oak leaf wings. Tickle in the nose again. I'm being dead serious, and it's all cleaned up now. He's a brat. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry, I laugh too, but it's more like the shock. Like, holy crap, literally. No pun intended. But yeah, what a bad, is it? Yeah, bad boy. But we love the pun. Yeah, I'm just like, oops. It's always the accidental puns. Sorry, I'm fiddling with this light. Maybe that's how I end up breaking things. I fiddle with them. Crazy. The crazy boy. I should let Poppy in. Let me see if she wants to come in. I love how we have like smooth jazz. And you want to come in? You want to come in, baby? Come here. I'm afraid you're gonna knock over my phone stand, so let me unplug it. Come here. I know there's not enough room for you up here. Come here. She's like, Mom, there's no room. Come here. Oh, baby. Are you all alone? Is Daddy not paying attention to you because he's on his games? It's okay. It's okay. I'll be off soon, and we can snuggle. She gets really snuggly this time of night. Yeah. You're so cute. She's a big cuddle bug. Tap that sneeze out. Yeah, the sneeze never came. Now I'm probably gonna have more hair on my face. Ooh, someone's getting fluffy lately. Now that the air is cooler, she's getting her winter coat in, and she has curly fur, so she's getting like little curls. So freaking cute. How did you get Poppy? Actually, funny thing, Poppy is actually the granddaughter of one of my, I want to say a dog, like a childhood dog, but technically we got the dog when I was a teenager. But my parents didn't get him fixed, and they eventually started like raising some pups later on. So she's like, yeah, she's a descendant of a very special doggy. Well, he was technically, okay, let me explain. When I was 2, we got a really sweet Australian Shepherd, and we had him until he was 17 years old. He was 2. I always joke that we were the same age, so he lived till I was 17. When he was getting up there in age, my parents thought that he wasn't going to last that much longer, so they wanted to get a puppy, another one that was a lot like him. So we got a purebred Australian Shepherd. We didn't know if Jake, the original dog, was purebred because we got him from the pound, so we didn't really know what he was, but we knew he was either Australian Shepherd or Australian Shepherd mixed with something. Best dog ever. So we got the little guy. We were going to name him Jake also, Jake Jr., but Jake Sr. held out for several more years, so we couldn't have 2 dogs named the same thing. As if this makes any difference, we called the little one Jay instead of Jake. They sound the same. They both responded to the same name. But yeah, so later on, I think 2015, my parents had a litter, and they usually didn't keep any of the puppies, but there was one puppy that I bonded with, and she also happened to be the last puppy left, even though she was the sweetest and the prettiest. So they ended up keeping her. Her name is Daisy, and I was determined that she was going to be my dog, but I lived in an apartment. I couldn't take her, and I kept moving, and it just wasn't working out. And then eventually they had another male dog that they didn't fix. He was like a blue merle mini, and he got out one time. Well, you know what? One time, and then after that they were like, all right, let's let her have puppies. And so Poppy was from her very last litter, because now she's like done. They're like, no more puppies. And Poppy was the last puppy. I wasn't gonna get a puppy. I wanted one, but my husband was like, we can't really take care of a puppy right now. But the guy that was supposed to come get her, he ended up canceling, or he never showed up. Some guy, he like had, I don't think he put a deposit on her, but he never came. And so like the next day we had like a really bad day, and my husband's like, okay, we can get a puppy. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, if you guys end up having another litter, we want to get a puppy, because my parents promised me a puppy because I used to be the one to like help take care of them. And she's like, well, what about Poppy? The guy never came for her. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'll take her. And she's like, okay. So anyway, long story short, my parents brought her over. She was the last puppy. She was the runt of the litter. She was also the calmest puppy, but she bamboozled us because she's the craziest, hyperest girl ever. But yeah, she's my little baby. And it was a really like tough point in my life too. Like I was dealing with like all of my anxiety had just like fallen on me all at once. And that's what started, you know, my mental health journey and all that. And yeah, so she's technically supposed to be my what do you call it, my emotional support animal, but she's not really trained. She's just my baby, and she's always right next to me at all times. How would you mind if I drew you? Yeah, you can totally. Like I actually have a, if you end up sending it to me, I will probably post to my story if that's okay on Instagram, because I have like a highlights for when, if people ever draw me, my photography with me. So I don't even know if you can post it, so wait. No, yeah, if you guys ever want to like draw me, I don't mind. You can use any of my photos as reference, and I would love to see it. I'm not one of those people like tag me because I want credit. I'm like, no, I just want to see it because I feel so honored. I love Aussies. Yeah, she's my baby. Hello, sorry I missed that most this stupid adulting. It's okay. I'm pretty sure I'll be posting the recap. Angel baby. Yeah, she's my baby. She's a troublemaker, but she makes my life interesting, and I can't imagine life without her, honestly. Yeah, it's a great puppy story, and I'm really like, it wasn't just I bought a dog, you know, like I got a puppy. The fact that we got her grandpa when I was a teenager, and I helped raise him and train him. And now it's like, and also technically he was the adoptive son of the dog that we got when I was 2. So I like to say that Poppy's honorary or step great grandfather was with me my entire life. So, and they're all black and white Aussies. How bad is acrylic paint for your skin? I don't know. I probably wouldn't put it on your skin on purpose, but I'm really bad about putting on gloves. Usually the craft paints are pretty, I think they're not too toxic, but now when it comes to like oil paints, that's what you have to be careful with. I've heard it's pretty not good for you, and you should wear gloves, but I wouldn't take advice from me because I'm a craft gremlin and I don't wear gloves and I get paint all over myself. I'm not a doctor. This is nice vibes. I think I'm gonna keep this going till 9. Honestly. Not great. Don't tell me now. At this point, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. It doesn't say washable. If you put purposely on your skin. Yeah, don't do it purposely. If you're gonna like actually paint something on your skin, use a cream-based face paint, probably. But if you're just painting something and you're getting a little bit on your hands and then you're washing it off, don't quote me on this, but you're probably okay as long as you don't have a reaction to it. But I'm probably not the best. Probably also asking chat, so I wouldn't say you're also asking me, but my opinion is yeah, you can dry out your skin. especially if you get on your, like, all over your hands and you're having to, like, scrub your hands off. And I usually have to use, like, a heavy duty, like, dish soap to get it off and scrub it off. Leaves your hands feeling yucky. I'm broke and have not been able to get any face paint, so I've used these paint pens that are washable a lot and just realized recently they might be good. Oh yeah, look it up. Yeah, probably look that up. If it's washable, I mean, they probably know it's gonna end up on your skin. Like, kids using it, they're gonna get it on their hands. But putting it on your face is probably not a good idea. Don't put it on your face. And I would just, yeah. I would say if you're trying to, like, paint your face a color, if you have I mean, again, I'm not giving you advice, but also I am, but research it first. I have seen people make custom face paint colors using foundation and eyeshadow. Whether or not you should do that, I don't know. I mean, eyeshadow is already meant for your eyelids. Someone can correct me in the chat if that's not ideal, but oof, also cleanse your face. It might, yeah. I wouldn't put it on your face anymore, bestie. That's not a good idea. Sounds, pens from China, so. Yeah, and if it's like a eyeshadow that you already know you're not allergic to and doesn't irritate your face, it might be better comparatively to paint pens. Like, I've been like with my friends, I've done like Sharpie drawings, like fake tattoos before on the, like, the arm, but never like anything on the face. Because the face skin is a lot more sensitive than your body, and I think it's a little thinner too. So I would be very careful. MBTI horoscope. So I don't know much about, like, astrology. I know I'm born in September, and that means Virgo. My MBTI, a lot of people are going to disagree with because I present myself as so, like, outgoing and, like, bubbly. But last time I took the test, I got INTJ because I'm very logical, and I went by the cognitive functions. So I really vibed with introverted intuition and extroverted thinking, because I do my best thinking when I'm talking loud. Sorry. I'm trying to remember what the cognitive functions are. It's NITE. I can't remember. It's been years. We used to all, yeah, Myers-Briggs. My friend group was super into it. Like, we had long, in-depth conversations. We would, like, type fictional characters, but I don't necessarily have all of the same friend group. I mean, my husband and my brother-in-law, but, like, our friend group has changed significantly. And honestly, we kind of, like, we're like, it's kind of helpful, but people can take it too far, you know? And that's kind of what happened in our friend group. People took it too far. So we're like, yeah, let's just, it's great for, like, writing characters to keep them consistent. But when it comes to people, it's hard to, like, categorize people because we change so much throughout our lives. But that's why I like the cognitive functions, because it's less about personality traits and more about how you respond and process information. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go back. I hate wearing makeup. Sensory nightmare. Yep, same. My face gets itchy. That's why I only do it for videos and things like this. I've had so many iffy situations with face breakouts. I use sensitive skin makeup. Yeah, it's frustrating. I've heard of so many people having the same issue. Virgo too. Yeah, and that's what makes it, like, difficult with, like, the MBTI thing, because, like, astrology has their own personality traits that they claim, like, people have. And So I got Virgo, and like, it's like, oh, organized and meticulous, and I'm like, loves like order, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like vibing with it. And INTJ, it's all of that stuff too. But then I have ADHD, so I struggle with external organization, and I'm better at internal organization. Like I have a lot of like files upon files in my brain, but sometimes my brain errors and I can't access them. So my memory is not that great anyways. But I prefer things to be organized and tidy. I just struggle with it because of, so then you've got like things that complicate it. And I've come to the point where these like personality typings are good tools for understanding yourself and understanding others, but keeping it in its place as a tool rather than making it your whole personality, if that makes sense. Because then you run the risk of thinking you have to act within a certain stereotype. Like I've gotten a lot of people who think that I'm an INFP because I love like whimsical, cutesy things. But I'm like, that's why I sometimes get annoyed with the personality thing. Like, because we as humans, we contain multitudes. And when you try to like bring in personality things, it can sometimes reduce people to stereotypes. Okay, sorry, I'm getting off top. I need to get back. ADHD and autism. Oh, you got the combination Taco Bell and Pizza Hut too. Welcome. I mean, not welcome. You've experienced it your whole life. From cosplay to cat poops. This is serious talks. Yeah, it's fun. Hey, that's just my life, man. When I hang out with my friends, it is a roller coaster. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not organized. Yeah, me neither. I want to be. That's the thing. I aspire to be organized. I actually used to think I was an INTP because I beat myself up. Because like INTPs are so chaotic and all this and stuff. Because I had that perception of like perceivers being chaotic and not organized. But I thrive more when things are in their place. But it's just when I go to create, things end up not in their place. I call myself a creative hurricane. Things get thrown about as I create. I'm a Libra and I'm supposed to be a social butterfly, but I'm pretty far from the truth. Yeah, that's again where it just doesn't, I'm like, again, they're fun, but I don't base my life off of things like that because I don't want someone else telling me who I am, you know? Someone else, their book or whatever. So I'm organized chaos. Yeah, exactly. I know where everything is. Like I can tell you where a random thing is if you ask me. I know where, well, until it's something that I need and then I can't find it. If it's something someone else needs, I know where it is. Hasn't everyone ever met a brother actually social butterfly without a drawbacks and introverts? I have no idea. I'm wondering what everyone else thinks. I used to be super disorganized, but now I'm super organized. Yeah, it's one of those things you can learn. I've always struggled with it, but it's the disorder part of me that fight. It's especially when it's ADHD, you've got the side of yourself that's like organized, routine, everything being in its place. And then you've got the side like novelty, fun, crazy, chaos, and they're just playing tug of war in your brain. And you're just like, ugh. I'm not diagnosed with autism, but there's a good chance that I'm on the spectrum because my brothers are both on the spectrum. And after talking with my mom, who's a boomer, so she's never like gone to a psychologist, she definitely tracks as autistic. And then my dad is very ADHD, among other things. So I'm like, this tracks. I get it from both. I have bipolar disorder and I'm unmedicated by choice, and I have been a super, like, yeah, sometimes you have to keep a schedule. I actually thrived better when I had a regular 9 to 5, at least being organized wise, because I was like, I had to follow someone else's schedule and I was accountable to someone else. But I struggled mentally because I hated the idea of like showing up to other people, like, you know, not being in control. Excuse me, we don't ask that here. Can I? I'm putting you on timeout. See, I don't block people yet. change the subject. Yeah. Dollar Tree makeup. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever watch Nina Poole, she has shown like what good makeup there is at Dollar Tree. I don't need makeup, so I haven't really bought any. I use the same palettes over. I think the last palette I bought was last year. I bought the Fairy Kimchi Chic one. And then my sister-in-law got me a new ColourPop one last year. I love it. But I'm curious. I don't want to write. Yeah, I don't miss having to write essays for school. I'm a stay-at-home mom and wife, and I can't work anymore. My anxiety is very bad. Plus, I'm working on it. Might be my temper when it gets me in trouble. Yeah, I feel that. Even though I'm not a stay-at-home mom, but I feel that. Like I got to. That's what happened in 2021. I tried to go back to work after the pandemic, and just one little thing kind of made my anxiety snap. So I adopted a dog. Yeah, let's add another responsibility. But no, that was actually good for me. Oh, what happened was I was going to school to be a medical coder, and I got my ADHD flared up real bad, and I got so bored. It was a lot of information, and my brain literally would not let me study. I had to do like 8 hours of study every day to memorize these stinking codes and like learn how to look them up. And because we also had to learn medical terminology and all of that stuff. It was an insane amount of coursework. And so I ended up dropping out because I couldn't keep up. And also because my brain wouldn't let me keep up. I like kept going to the classes, like the Zoom classes. And I was like barely squeaking by because I was able to figure out the answers without doing the actual like studying. And at one point I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't believe I spent all this money for this. Panic attacks, autistic meltdowns. Yeah. I think that's what happened to me too. It's rough when you don't know what's happening to you. But even when you do, I mean, knowing what's happening helps a little bit, but only to a certain extent, if that makes sense. Like when I thought I was literally dying, and then they were like, no, actually it's a panic attack. I'm like, oh, that's all. Phew. I feel that I have social anxiety and recently pivot teaching career. Yeah, teaching is not easy. Especially nowadays, with how kids have been. Got a good support system now. That's good. Just I don't have a schedule. I do not adjust good. Yeah, schedules are needed sometimes. I'm a college dropout. I couldn't get even one semester. That's valid. I don't think I'd be able to do it either. I've registered so many times and then chickened out. Yeah, that's aura migraines. I've heard are really rough. I've never had anything like that, but man, it must be really strong to go through. Like honestly. And like when you don't know what's happening to your body, like that's scary. I do hair. Oh, sorry. I do hair and I mask all day at work, so it could be exhausting. Yeah, it's the masking really that really adds to the stress because you're not acting the way that the process of acting in a way that is not natural to you takes up so much mental energy, so that when you finally get to your place, like wherever you're safe, like whether that's your house or parents' house or friend's house, like wherever it is, you end up crashing. So people who like work in any kind of service industry, I have so much respect for. I was losing my mind, to be honest, because I couldn't remember a trigger for them. Yeah, that's oof. That is really rough. And that's what, yeah, that's what's really confusing, because that's how it can feel with panic attacks, because usually the difference between an anxiety attack and a panic attack is that an anxiety attack usually has like a trigger right then and there that causes you to like freak out. But what I learned is that panic attacks can have like a delayed response, and that's what happened to me when it happened to me. I was like, I was just chilling eating pizza on the couch. I was like, and then next thing I know, I was like, everything is weird. Yeah. But aura, like the aura migraines, I've heard people talk about how awful that is, and I definitely have a lot of sympathy for you. Hey Vicky, asking crash, days, yeah. Industry for half my life, and I'm entirely switching careers. I can't be around people anymore, and health issues now as well. Yeah, and also your health issues can get worse from the mental stress. A lot of times those things go hand in hand. So I definitely think switching careers is the right move. I had delayed panic. Yeah, delayed panic attacks are honestly, it's so confusing. You're like, what the heck? Everything could be completely Gucci, and all of a sudden you're like, mm. Luckily it's only that, at least as bad as I had it, has only happened once. And then that was like the trigger for me to go back to therapy and take medication. And I talk openly about that because I want people to know that like, you're not alone if you do struggle with that and you have to do that. I'm a big advocate for taking care of your mental health because your mental health has a huge impact on your physical health. We don't realize how intertwined they are until it starts to catch up to us later in life. And I'm like, I don't want that happening. It's 9:01, don't leave us. I know, I need to, I don't want to go either. My husband is, I'll check in with him and see what he's up to. I'm going to text him on my iPad. I have such bad social anxiety and panic attacks to the point where I get secondhand embarrassment just doing the most normal things. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's where I think if you don't already have like a therapist or a counselor, and if you're able to, if you can afford it, to do that, because people think that, oh, they think that it makes them less of a person if they see a therapist. But I'm like, no, everyone at some point in their life needs to go to a therapist. And if you are currently going to therapy, good job, keep it up. And maybe if you haven't already talked about that, talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna text him. People on live don't want me to get off. Oops. Oh my gosh. I hate texting on my iPad because it's so chonky. Just giving him a quick little text, letting him know we're having fun, but also I will get off if he wants me to, because oh, hold on, I need to scroll. Don't remind. I'm getting my first psych med soon. Yay, yeah, that's good. I take one for my ADHD and one for just general anxiety. I actually wanted to get stimulants because I'm like, I need more productivity. And they were like, with the anxiety on your chart, bestie, no. So I take a see, I struggle with this all the time. Stimulant, non-stimulant ADHD medicine that won't trigger my anxiety because they were afraid that was going to happen. Because even though I'm ADHD, I do get affected by coffee, which is not normal for like people with ADHD. Usually it makes them tired and calm, but it gives me anxiety. It doesn't make me energetic, it gives me anxiety. So I drink only one cup of coffee in the morning because I used to drink oodles of espresso back in the day and it messed up my nervous system. Sorry, I need to catch up on the chat. Oh my gosh, those are terrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, good night. Well, I probably already missed you. I'm sorry, I'm behind on the chat, but good night to the people that are going away or logging off. Feel better, yeah. So I'm way behind. So I'm gonna say hi, love your hair. Thank you. I just chopped my bangs recently and they're a little short, but I like it. Out of my eyeballs. Yes, accountability partner. Body doubles, I thrive on that, me too. My husband just got back from playing Magic. He's such a nerd. Oh, we love it. Is it Magic the Gathering or what does he play? Just got from a date night and happy to see the live is still going. Yeah, we've been on for a minute, well, 2 hours. It hasn't felt like 2 hours, honestly. I use homeopathic remedies to help my ADHD symptoms. Helps a lot. I've heard a lot of people have success with that. I tried something recently. I can't remember what it's called, but it's an herb. And I feel like it made me a little too energetic because I have the inattentive, like the sleepy ADHD type. And so I tried it and it's supposed to like take the place of a stimulant and it made me a little too wired and I felt kind of anxiety, but just popping on. Hello, welcome in. We're just hanging out, honestly. Essential oils and magnesium. Oh my gosh, magnesium. I can go on a whole like TED talk about that. I love magnesium. Is it glycinate? The one with the GL, not the citrate. That'll make you poop. But magnesium is so great for like calming nervous system because we don't get enough of it. You just got to use the right one. I didn't know that for a while. Cause like, why do I still have horrible anxiety, but also I can't stop TMI. I see what the hubby said. Once I'm done with this match. Okay, you can come in. Oops, I can type. So my husband is doing one last match on his game and then he's gonna come in and we're spend the rest of the evening together, but he's gonna come in and say good night. Your recommendations got me taking magnesium and it's helped. Yay, yes. I also like magnesium lotion because I don't know if about you guys, the other neurospicy people, but I carry a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders. So I have my husband rub up my back with magnesium lotion and I also get a like Dr. Teal's bath salt and I put some magnesium in it and I soak in the tub. I had a headache the other night and it was from muscle tension. And I did that, gone. Didn't even have to take an Advil. Yeah, we'll see. Because last time he said one more match, it took like 15, 20 minutes. So you guys have me for a little bit. My parents take magnesium. I've never known what for, to be honest. So magnesium helps keep, I don't know, hear the benefits of magnesium. Well, I'm not a doctor. I don't know if I can really speak too much on it. I'm having trouble explaining it. But yeah, it helps regulate the nervous system. I've experienced a lot lower anxiety since taking it. I've also in the past experienced really bad insomnia and restless leg syndrome. And when I'm taking magnesium, I sleep so much better. One thing I do, so I specifically, because I also kind of have POTS. It's not like really bad, but like I still get like the dizzies and I have like really bad circulation. And I'm not really good at hydrating. So I do use like liquid IV and drip drop sometimes. And they have magnesium in them, but in addition to that, I take during the day, it's called Neuromag, and it has different types of magnesium in it. And then if I'm still feeling a little stressed, I'll take like magnesium glycinate. But I actually just been doing the Neuromag and it's been fine. But yeah, helps with racing thoughts, anxiety, and if you have restless leg syndrome, it like helps to relax the body. And I'm behind on the chat again. Yes, it helps with muscle tension. Magnesium lotion, yeah, I learned that from a massage therapist. She recommended it. She uses it on her clients who have trouble relaxing And so I immediately bought some and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so I'll also use it on my legs and feet at night if I'm feeling really stressed and I know I'm gonna have restless legs. Yeah, tension headaches. Yes, definitely get some for tension headaches. And if you have a bathtub, get yourself some like bath salt or something with magnesium and like soak in that. It's so nice. Is magnesium technically different than melatonin? It's different than melatonin. It does something completely different. So melatonin is something that our bodies naturally secrete, and I believe in the gland and the pineal gland, I think, and I don't know. Maybe I was on a different thing. It helps us to regulate our circadian rhythm, and I actually heard from a doctor that people take melatonin wrong. So do research from sleep doctors on that because most people take it wrong. But magnesium is a mineral that our bodies need that we usually get from food, but our foods are so deprived of minerals. Magnesium is similar to salt. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people tell me I look like Chapel Roan. I've heard that a lot. But yeah, changed my life. Honestly, out of everything besides, you know, therapy and medication, magnesium has helped. Because even after I got on like like the SSRI and the medication for ADHD, I was still having some really bad bouts of insomnia. But when I'm regular on taking magnesium and making sure my minerals are like, I'm not depleted in my minerals, I've been out like a light. I also, if you guys have seen my sleep video, I also have like that eye mask that has speakers where I put like white noise or brown noise, and that also helps me lull me to sleep. Chaperone looks like me, yeah. I mean, I am older than her, so, and I've been dyeing my hair red longer. But we have the same natural hair color too. Like I've seen her without the hair dye, and I'm like, are we not, we need to do a DNA test. Are we related? Because she posted, like, I kind of went on a deep dive when I first learned of her, and I looked at her Instagram and she posted childhood pics. Her kid self looks like my kid self. And I'm like, DNA test pronto. Any bibliophiles in the chat? Anybody like books? Usually if you're experiencing a headache, water, something salty, and a warm, what? Message retracted. Okay, I'll make sure I didn't do that. Warm bath are perfect remedies. Yeah. Yeah, so my only criticism of those headphones is I'm on my second pair, and they get to a point where I guess I use them maybe it's because I use them all night, but they start to sound weird, like they're underwater after a while, and my second headset is starting to do that. I still don't regret getting them because like I haven't had to use earplugs in a long time because my husband snores, you know, like a bear, and it drowns them out just enough to where like I lull to sleep. And the earplugs were giving me ear infections, so like I'll take that. I'll have, like, even if I have to rebuy the thing, it's $20. If I have to rebuy it every 6 months, it's fine. I get good sleep. So I'm out of water. Poppy's asleep. Is it your sleepy time, girl? Yeah, this is about the time we're usually cuddling. And I'm scrolling through TikToks. She's like, Mom, we're not cuddling. Sleepy girl. Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you guys so much for keeping me company. We haven't even had to do an activity or a craft. We've just been chatting. Before I forget and before this live ends, I want to invite you guys to a fair out here in Oklahoma I'm part of. It's free and it's very friendly. Aw, when is it? I can't guarantee anything as far as being able to travel in the next few months, but I definitely want to like take note of any events that people let me know about, because the light changed. Something flashed. That was weird. One of my, no, Everything's the same. I wish there were more indoor Renaissance festivals during the cold winter. I know, that'd be nice. I wish there were more Renaissance fairs in the fall, because the ones that they have around here, it's way too hot in the summer for them to have them here in the summer. If it's over 100, I ain't going. That's why I didn't go to Folsom. Yeah, I just finished a really good book, first trilogy, Dark Shade of Magic by, oh, I've never heard of that. I'm mostly into the classics, so I don't know. Sorry, I'm dancing. Nighttime's got his out. Woo! Mystery, yeah. Yeah, even NorCal was hot. Well, the thing is, when we went, it was in the 70s, but because they don't have a lot of shade, it was blazing hot in the sun. Like, I saw that it was in the 70s. I'm like, oh, we're gonna be fine. And then we were sweating. And then we were gonna try to go the next day so I can do like a double fare that weekend, and then it just didn't end up working out. Ooh, sci-fi, yeah. I love sci-fi books too. Absolutely. Start an annual read. Phantom Tollbooth, that sounds familiar. Yeah, it's like really beautiful right now in California as far as the weather goes. We've even had some overcast days for once. We even had rain the other day. It was like pouring buckets. I've never been to a Ren Fair and I'm scared to go because of the heat. Yeah, that's why I would recommend going to one not in the heat. If you can find one like in the spring. San Luis Obispo is nice at the coast. Oh, is there a fair there? I don't know where the Renaissance Pleasure Fair, the original one, is. I have a t-shirt for it, but I thrifted it. And I want to go to that one. That's why I don't go to my local fair too hot, but Georgia finally having fall fairs, so I'm going next week. Yay! I keep hearing that there's fairs still happening like out east, and I'm like, I want to go to there because I feel incomplete. Like fair season is over for me. This doesn't feel right. I didn't go to enough. I love going to NorCal and for the first time this year, but had an uncomfortable situation happen towards the end. Very end. Aw, I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, it got, this year was crazy. So the fact that something bad happened, like I'm not surprised. When we went, it was way too crowded. They didn't oversell, but they sold out. And we got in like very, very luckily. Like they were only letting people buy tickets as people were leaving, if that makes sense. So people were having to wait in line, like if they didn't pre-buy, or they're having to wait in line for like hours to get in. And I got in because a random lady came up to me and said she had an extra ticket, and she gave it to our group, and I snatched it because I needed to get in there. Because Sarah was already in there, my brother was already in there because they're smart, and they bought their tickets ahead of time. So. Shall I show you a book? Since we were talking about books. Is this backwards for you guys? All right, good night. I got this in a small little bookshop up in NorCal. It's not backwards? Okay, good. Because it is backwards for me. But that could just be like the mirror mode. But yeah, it's a book of like about the maps and stuff. And then there's actual posters inside. Is that upside down? Yeah, that's upside down. There's 4 posters that came with this. It was kind of a mixture of like used books and new books at this bookshop. Like very cute in an old building, mom and pop shop. I miss bookstores like that. It was very much, well, not quite as cozy as like the You've Got Mail bookstore, but it had that like small town bookstore feel. And even though these books were a little expensive, I didn't mind supporting them. I felt a lot better about it than Barnes and Noble. But, yeah. And then we got 2 books at this shop. Adding to my collection. This is, the glare is gonna glare. Yeah, Baron and Luthien. And it's illustrated by Alan Lee. If you know, you know. Look at that, gorgeous. Have you gone estate sale shopping? I feel like they are treasure troves. Yes, well, it's been a while. We went a couple years ago and I've been meaning to go again. Hello. Okay, guys, we're gonna say goodnight, but my husband's gonna come in and he's gonna say goodnight. Do you wanna?
I look like a mess right
You look like a mess?
Yes.
Okay, well, they can hear you, I guess. You can say goodnight. I'm gonna quickly read the chat, make sure I didn't lose out, like, didn't miss anything. I'm in Connecticut and fall season is beautiful. I'm very jealous of you. I love all the books, thrifting, decor, decorating. That sounds magical. It was very close after heartbreaking. Aw, nice after heartbreaking. Aw. I'm gonna do this again. I love this. This was so much fun. I don't want to come. I did this for 2.5 hours and I still don't want to log off. So we're gonna do this again. Oh, I would watch a vlog of that. Yeah, it's just with estate sales, I feel weird filming around people's houses. So probably would do a haul afterward, but not actually film the actual estate sale, if that makes sense. Like I don't usually vlog when I go yard sailing, if that makes sense. But yeah. Anyways, I gotta go because my husband's off his game. He got off his game so we can spend the rest of the evening together. We like to read at night and drink tea and have a cozy night. But this was so much fun. So if you guys want to make this a weekly thing, let me know. We can make this a weekly thing. We can just hang out. It's a lot more personal than just my curated videos. Yay. Glad you guys had a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to end this. I don't know. Oh, there's an X. Okay. I was like, wait, how do I actually end this? Yes, good night. Good night, good night, good night. I will see you guys next week and I'll let you guys know. I'll schedule ahead of time as well when we do this again. So, and also, hold on. Poppy says good night.